So hello to all of you out there in the YouTube world and my friends and family and all of you. It's nice to be back. I've been back from my travels from a few places in the States doing workshops in Peru and south of France and Tuscany. I was away for about 2 months, and it's been a few weeks since I've been back, and I've just taken a few weeks to kind of get rooted and grounded back into my regime here. But part of my intention also is to get back on YouTube and share some of my journey, share some of the stuff that's moving on in my life, my world, with the intention of hoping it will also have some support for you. Before, I have a few other ideas about topics, but what came up when I decided to get back on was this word that comes up a lot in our minds, and then how we share with other people, is this idea of should. I should do this. I should get back on YouTube. I should be doing this. I should be working while I'm away. I should get up. I shouldn't rest. I shouldn't take a nap in the middle of the day. I know I'm supposed to be working, and I should be working, but I really feel like enjoying myself and having a cup of tea. But I should be working. All of this voice of should that kind of rattles between our ears. Excuse me for the little bit of stuff. I should apologize, but I'm not going to. This should is extremely an extremely powerful voice that often rules the way that we move through life, and often rules how little we enjoy the moment. So the word should, and that energy of should, is an energy of guilt. And when we can be doing the same thing from either a place of freedom, from a place of joy and an expression of truth, or we can be doing that thing from a place of should, a place of guilt. And if we're doing it from the place of should and doing it from the place of guilt, what's happening is we're tainting whatever we're doing. So if we are going home for the holidays and we're going home to see mom and dad and the family out of a should, I should go because everybody will be happier with me. I should be there. They're not really getting you. They're not really getting the real you. And you're going there and you're going to be holding resentment. The should is a crippling effect, and it keeps us from being present, it keeps us from being joyous, and it actually keeps us bound to resenting other people, because we're then starting to say, you know, Mom, Dad, you're making me come home. And the reality is they just want you home. They're not making you do anything. You're a grown-up person. Unless you're still in high school or younger, then those shoulds, that's a whole nother video to address how, when you're still in the home of your parents, how to address the shoulds. But if you're a grown-up, the shoulds is just binding you from the truth. You don't have to go home. But if you go home, then go from a place of you want to go home. And it's a choice to go home. There's a freedom of going home. If you want to work, do it from the choice of wanting to work, choosing to work, rather than I should do this because I need to do this. The shoulds are keeping us bound. So if you're going home for the holidays and you don't want to go home, then I'm asking you, why don't you want to go home? And address that piece that is projecting out onto your family members that you don't want to be there and they're making you be there. They're not making you be there. You're choosing to go back, and if they're guilt riding you, you're choosing to take on the guilt. You're choosing to empower those words in that archaic form of relating with family and friends. So the opportunity is to move from having to do it from a place of should, to a place of choosing. This is what I choose to do. Sometimes we do things that we don't necessarily feel like doing or wanting to do, but we know in our heart that it is better for us to make that choice for our wholeness rather than not to. That's a difference. There's a difference there than a should. A should is going to cultivate resentment and projection and anger. and a place of taking action, going back to see mom and dad because it may be the last Christmas you ever see them. Maybe they're not healthy, they're not well. And your action could be, rather than from a should, it's from a place of, I'm choosing to go home even though I'd rather not. I'd rather be doing something else. I'd rather be in Barbados enjoying the beach, and I have that opportunity. But I'm choosing to go home for this Christmas because I know in my heart of hearts I'm going to feel much better about doing that than going and playing in Barbados for the week. Not in the moment. Maybe that week in Barbados is going to be more fun, but that time that you're spending with your parents, maybe it's the last time that you'll see your parents, or it's an important time that you'll feel good about making that choice over the long haul, over the true essence of a commitment to yourself and to what you believe in family, or if the tides were turned, that you would want the same thing done for you. The other piece is when we transcend the shoulds, there's a lot of freedom that actually starts to happen. I used to live in a state of should. I used to work in biotech and medical sales, and I always had sales jobs where I didn't have to work. It was a choice every day whether I worked or not. And most often I chose not to work. So I worked 5-10 hours a week in most of my jobs. So if any of my past managers happen to come across this video, they'll not be happy with that statement, but so be it. But the problem is most of the time that I wasn't working, there was a nagging voice saying, you should be doing this, you should be working. So I had this voice of guilt going on that kept me from being present, or kept me from actually enjoying what I was doing. So if you go to Barbados and you have the should in your voice that I should be with my parents, you're not going to enjoy Barbados. So all these times that I was not working while I was getting paid, so much of that time there was this voice of, you should do this, you should be working, you shouldn't be enjoying yourself doing whatever you're doing because you should be doing that. Then there was a transmutation, a transformation that happened. It was a choice of whatever I'm making the choice to do, even if it's not what I should be doing, I'm going to transmute the should into, I'm making a choice and I'm going to live this wholly, fully, completely. Enjoy it completely. And if there's consequences for something, I'm willing to take responsibility for those consequences if I'm making a choice that may be challenging for myself, or that somebody else isn't going to like it. I'm willing to make the choice of making a conscious choice of freedom. This is what I choose to do, and I'm going to let go of the shoulds and let go of the guilt. That's the invitation. You're not always going to be the popular one with that. You're not always going to be able to be the people pleaser when you let go of the shoulds. And that's the next video I'm going to go into, is the addressing of people pleasing. But the invitation is to let go of the shoulds and embody your truth, and let go of this, and just come into awareness that so often we're just fearing what another person is thinking about us, what another person wants from us, how we're going to stay in the graces of family or friends or society if we do what we should. And the should is based on what we think other people want us to do, or what our ego thinks will keep us happy and loved and safe. Let's transcend the should into a place of freedom, into a place of choosing, yes, for me, even if that's not going to be the popular choice. And sometimes it may even be a selfish choice. But if I'm transmuting from should to freedom, there's going to be times that I make a selfish choice, and I'm going to learn what that balance is between not should, but between responsibility for the highest choice for me and all involved, and that place of freedom of what I want to do to just enjoy life. Hopefully that makes some sense. So why this came up is sometimes I was hearing from myself, or from just a outer reflection of that voice wanting to come in, Jason, you should be making YouTube videos. No. I was on vacation, and it was so great to just let go and just enjoy and not have an agenda, to just really truly enjoy each moment and continue. So I'm back because I'm in a place that I've had my time to fill up, to really be centered with self and to love self. And I'm doing this video not from a should, but from a place of choice, a place of freedom. So I'm happy to be back, and I'm grateful for your patience with me before getting back. But this is an exchange, so if this helped, please just send me a note and say a ho. Lots of blessings to you as we move into the holidays, and my intention is to share more here. So many blessings. Okay. Namaste.